MVP, most valuable player. I want to get your take on who you think the MVP of the area is.
You could take MVP any amount of ways. You know, the best player in the area. I'm going true most valuable to his team, who may also be the best player in the area, in Keon Powers. Fifth in the state right now in total yardage. He's going to finish with about 1,500 yards passing and over 1,000 yards rushing as a quarterback for Wayne. And he is a guy that you look at Wayne and the amount of points they're putting up, over 45 a game, and where are they at without Keon at quarterback. So he is no doubt my MVP. Some other guys, Jesse Bates for Snyder, Pearson Harnish for Norwell. I think as dynamic as Bates is and a difference maker, there's a lot of other guys that Snyder can put up in that spot. Pearson Harnish, probably second on my MVP list, just because he means so much to Norwell, not just a quarterback but a linebacker. But I think it begins and ends with Keon Powers. He's just been phenomenal the first 5 weeks of the year.
And I also had Keon Powers as the number one guy. Yes, they lose to Lures this past week, but you can't fault him. 380 yards of total offense, 4 touchdowns. Had some trouble on special teams. Not really his fault there.
Yeah.
As far as other guys go, I had Logan Ormsby second for Homestead.
Yeah.
I know they had a backup quarterback come in and do a good job and get a win at Columbia City, but I think Ormsby's numbers have been impressive. He has a broken foot. We think he's going to be out the rest of the regular season.
Yeah.
He gets a second opinion after a week off and goes in and throws for 396 yards on an ankle that's still broken, but healing.
He's proven he can play on it. That's what
he can throw the football. I think he's an integral part of what they do. And we haven't talked a lot about Homestead this year, but they are 4-1, and they are definitely a team to watch out for on Friday nights, especially if you're playing against their defense. I think the one thing that stuck out to me most is that the really good teams in our area, and this is true every year, but the really good teams don't have one guy.
Right. For sure.
Like Bishop Lures, Wazinski, Mack, McCarter. There are a number of guys there that you could say it's tough to decide who is the MVP of that team.
Right.
The same thing with Dwenger. I mean, who are you going to pick? Marcus Stepp, Peyton Philpott. There are a number of guys, maybe not the one guy, but a number of guys. And Snyder as well. I actually had Jesse Bates third as far as my ranking goes, and I know it's tough to put a defensive guy up there, but he leads a great defense. He's a good leader for that team. And a dynamic playmaker when he gets the ball in his hands.
It seems like every week he's making a big play.
Yeah, you have to be impressed with what he's been able to do, even if it just is on one side of the football and it is on defense. So we do agree on something.
All right.
Keon Powers, number one.